buddies, welcome back. Welcome back. It's author Joe Holt. This is Fireside Chats, live podcast I like to do with other D-Live streamers. And guess what? Today's special guest, Filthy Saint. What's up, brother?
What is going on? Thank you for allowing me to be here with you, Joe.
Absolute pleasure, man. Absolute pleasure. So we're just going to get into it. These fine folks have been waiting patiently for, wow, almost 20 minutes. You guys are troopers. So longest 5 minutes ever. It was 5 minutes, 10 minutes ago, Turkish. All right. So first question, my friend, Filthy Saint. What's that mean to you? How'd you come up with it?
Man, so I mean, the whole filthy thing is just something a little catchphrase I just thought would be a good little thing to switch it to. I've had Saint has kind of been in my tag forever. That has always been something that I've had in my Xbox tag since I can remember. For a long time, it used to be SLC Saint, and I was from Salt Lake City. I grew up just north of Salt Lake City, so it was SLC Saint for a long time. And when I decided to start streaming, I was like, I actually started streaming with the SLC Saint tag. That's like what I originally started my name on Mixer. And then a few weeks after that, I was like, I want something that's a little bit more, not necessarily just catchy, but something that just seems smooth and more me. So I just kind of came up with that. And I switched my tag 3 times in like 1 month before I found exactly what I wanted. And this just kind of stuck. It just seemed, I don't know, it just felt right after it just stuck, man.
Well, it actually, when I was, we were just had a live podcast with Violent Hippie, and I felt like Filthy Saint kind of had that same echo to me.
Yeah, no, it just kind of fit for me, man. Just like Violent Hippie just is a really smooth tag. I think it's perfect for him.
Did you ever see that movie Salt Lake City Punk, and what do you think about it?
I have not.
Oh, you should check it out, dude. It's an older movie, but anyway, we won't get too far off topic.
I'll check it out.
Guys, thank you for all the donations. Again, if you weren't here for the last podcast, all the money that's donated this week on any of my podcasts is going to a fundraiser that the Good Vibe Tribe's doing on Saturday. A young man named Noah, he's born without ears. He's had a lot of internal complications, so we're raising money to help support his family in a real way. So thank you for your donations. I don't call them out during the interview because we want to keep this about Saint and keep the conversation on track. But I just say thank you at the beginning. So Saint is a young buck. I know he's beautiful. He doesn't have any wrinkles or like liver spots or anything, man.
And I give my liver a good run for its money, so I'm
you
sure I'll catch up.
You got a hell of a nice beard, though. I'll tell you that.
Thank you. Yeah, this it's really just to hide my double chin.
What's funny is I remember when I was 300 pounds and I grew a goatee, and when I shaved it, I went, damn, I've got 3 chins under there, and I grew it back really quickly.
Yeah, dude, I've been able to grow beards in junior high. I was growing a beard.
Now,
the first person, so it's just, I don't know. My older brother is twice as hairy as I am. He's like a monkey from head to toe. Literally, his hair connects from his head to his neck to back hair. It's all one thing. And so he got like the real hairy genes. I just got kind of a mellow, facial hair type deal. But yeah, it's just kind of funny.
You talk about hairy genes. I'm autistic, right? So I think literally, and you reminded me of there's these leggings for women that look like hairy legs. And so if they want to keep people from staring at them, they can slip those on. Anyway, dude, what is Perfect. It with the Good Vibe Tribe and derailing conversations? I don't know. I love it.
I think that's the best way, to keep a fun conversation and keep everyone engaged is constantly, only kind of just go with the flow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. This is definitely not like I don't have a list of questions or anything. We just really vibe on each other and let it develop. But so someone said he will soon with that new baby. Are you going to be a father?
No, so I had a baby back in the end of December. So she's almost she's 3 days away from being 4 months old.
Oh man, congratulations! That's incredible.
Thank you.
So the struggle is real.
Yes.
Being a father is challenging.
It is definitely, and a lot of the other guys will attest. It was really tough in the beginning, trying to manage that with the streaming. Obviously, I took a lot back off. I took a lot back, pulled back a little bit from the streaming aspect of sides to be able to,
Mm.
help with the wife and help with the baby, and slowly just kind of found a good balance. You know what I mean? To be able to make it work, to be able to do what I love, and have my wife support me, but also make sure I'm supporting her and helping with the fam. So
Yeah, and that's something we actually like to talk about. We didn't get into it with Violent Hippie. He's a young guy, but we it's important to state this, guys, and maybe you could actually expound upon that. But if you have a significant other, if you're married and your wife streams or the husband streams or you have children, you have dogs, right? There's other living things in your home that require your attention. It's incredibly important to not neglect those. That's right, yeah?
oh, no question, man. It has been a challenge. It's been something that we work on regularly. There's times where my wife just is like, "Look, I just need time. I want husband family time," and that's just kind of what it is. But she understands what my goals are. She understands my passions, and it's really nice having a wife that supports me. You know what I mean? She truly supports me with what I love to do. She allows me to do this. She knows how passionate I am about streaming and gaming and just all of it as a whole. So it's really nice having that type of support coming from
Absolutely.
from the household. But being able to balance everything, it's hard. Being able to do everything. So I've got a lot of responsibilities as a father, as a husband, um, not just helping with taking care of the family financially and all that stuff, but all the little things around the house that they need, and take care of them. I've got a big dog, a Great Dane. She'll probably come in here and say hi at some point, make an
Actually, I
appearance with the
saw her
baby.
before we got started. That is a
But
beautiful, beautiful horse that you have living with you.
that's what everyone calls her, is the horse, or they'll
She's
call her dinosaur or something.
It's crazy. She's like the size of a pony.
Yeah.
Like,
She's a year and a half, 125 pounds. Her dad was 155. Her mom was 135 pounds. So they grow till they're 2 years old. So she probably is going to fill up like her mom, probably around 135 pounds. She's sitting at 125 now. So
dude,
yeah,
you
she's
you could ride that thing in a battle.
pretty much. It's funny the reactions that we get from people because they're just not used to seeing that big of a dog when we go out and about. So, and we don't think of it because she's just part of our family. So whenever we
Right.
go out taking her on walks, which we do regularly, she's just like the star of the show. Everyone just wants to come over and see her, take pictures of her. It's just funny
Hmm.
how
Well, she
it's
has that beautiful
she's loved.
marbled color to her too.
Yeah.
She's a
Um,
Great Dane, you said?
Yep. She's a purebred blue merle Great Dane.
Blue
So
Merle. Okay.
yep,
Man,
she's a blue merle.
what a cool animal. So before we forget, completely forget that we're doing an interview here. I would like to ask, how long have you been streaming, and what got you into streaming?
So I've been streaming now. I would say about a year and a half is
Hmm.
close to a little over a year, maybe not quite year and a half of how long I've been more seriously streaming. But I've been gaming forever. So I mean, like I've always had like a passion for gaming, specifically more shooter games. Just something I've loved since I mean Perfect Dark, 007 days. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
I've always loved gaming. It's just been a big passion of mine, something that I've had a big interest in. So um, seeing some other streamers, I've got some people that have inspired me, like Shroud, Doctor Disrespect, Stone Mountain is by far like my biggest idol. I think he's just a really good person, a really good streamer, someone that I look up to and want to be like. So
Hmm.
after seeing that, and I'm like, these guys are able to do what they love. They're able to do what they love. I've been in sales jobs and I've been in all these different trainings and seminars where everyone tells you these guys that are super wealthy, and they don't generate wealth just strictly off of how much money you have, but
Hmm.
it's also a balance of happiness, right? And they always tell you to chase your dreams, do what you love, do this, but you have to ultimately do what you love or you're never going to be happy.
Hmm.
And so I was like, you know what? I've been doing all this and just chasing money for so long. Why don't I stop chasing the money and let's start chasing happiness? Let me start doing something that I actually love and I'm passionate about. And ultimately, if I continually do that, doors will open. The things come as you do what you're passionate about. It's a process, but I just I believe that it will come. I believe my chance will come, and I just got to keep working and keep doing what I love and what I enjoy.
Absolutely. So what is it that you do? Do you have a full-time job or are you a full-time streamer?
Yeah, so I'm actually I have a full-time job. I'm an insurance agent for Allstate. So I
Mm.
run my own branch, where I take care of everyone's, home auto, all that good stuff. So I do insurance right now, and ultimately I have the dream or the goal of doing it streaming full time. But it's one of those things that any big good streamer will tell you. You can't just give up on your money, your bread maker. You can't just give up on your income and all that stuff just to go full-time streaming. It generally doesn't work that way if you're chasing the money. You got to chase
Right.
what you love in your dreams, and slowly that kind of stuff, that's the second part of it that'll come, you know.
Quick question. Do you have my stream muted on your end? Because it'll feedback through if not. I can't
I do
tell,
not
but
I haven't muted yet. I haven't muted.
okay, just checking. So you said you've been streaming about a year and a half. How long have you been on D Live?
I came around D Live a little bit late to the curve as far as like the rest of my buddies, and it was I've got a decent following on Facebook, and that's kind of been my bread and butter. I originally started on Mixer, like I was telling you a little earlier, and I was there for probably 3 months streaming on Mixer. And I remember the days where I would have two different mobile devices having my stream pulled up. I'd ask my wife to pull up my stream on her phone just so I'd have a few viewers.
Mm.
And I remember doing things like trying to get my wife to wear a headset and pretend like she's playing with me playing next to her in the webcam just to try and get some sort of traction because I felt like it just
Sure.
wasn't going anywhere. And after 3 months, I quit streaming. I was like, this isn't gonna work. I was so excited, and I was like, this isn't gonna work. I kind of gave up on myself temporarily. And about a month and a half after that, I realized that that's something I'm truly passionate about. I tried to find other avenues in my life of stuff that I wanted to do, but I just kept falling back. If this is something I'm passionate about, and I just got to do it, and just know that I don't have to have everything all at once. That things will just come as I'm patient, as I just follow the steps of doing what I love and what I enjoy. Everything will kind of just come. So I got back on Mixer. I was there for a few months, and slowly just started getting a little bit more streaming equipment. I was streaming on a laptop, and at the time I was using the Streamlabs OBS, and it was the only thing that worked with it was what was working right now with Mixer. And I had just recently at that time kind of ran in and met up with Unreal 84, who's a good friend of mine, another huge big streamer. He's on Facebook and on D Live as well, just a really good friend of mine that I stream with regularly. He was fairly new to Facebook and really getting some good traction and enjoying it. And I wanted to stream to Facebook, but my Streamlabs was taking up all of my CPU on my laptop, and it wasn't doing it. It was not working. So I kind of gave up, went back to Mixer, and then about 3-4 weeks of kind of running with Unreal and seeing everything working on Facebook, I decided that well, I didn't decide. What had happened is that there was an update on Streamlabs where they changed a bunch of stuff, and all of a sudden it wasn't working for my computer. I was
Mm.
like, oh, this sucks. It's just using too much CPU. So I had to switch everything over to OBS, and I switched everything over to OBS, and I realized that OBS was taking like a fraction of my CPU. It was
Right.
only using a fraction of it, and all of a sudden I was able to stream to Facebook the same day. So
Mm.
it was kind of just a spur of the moment thing. I wasn't necessarily trying to get on Facebook. It was that I was trying to stream to Mixer, and my Streamlabs pretty much broke. So I, hopped over to OBS, and then all of a sudden, boom, it just allowed me to stream to Facebook. So I kind of just started the whole Facebook thing, and that's where it kind of started taking off for me, and started getting the traction that I've been working really hard for. So yeah. Then D Live now for about 4 weeks, I want to say, on D Live. It's been really good. Been
Three.
fun.
Oh,
Fun.
so literally less than a month. Wow, I had no idea.
I think we're pretty dang close to about a month of streaming on D Live. I want to say
Wow, that's
streaming on
awesome.
D Live. So we're still fairly fresh, but I think it's a great platform, and I'm excited about it.
Dude, I have to say something. I wasn't going to, but the Good Vibe Tribe is just crushing the chat right now with Lino donations.
I see that, Kevin.
And again, guys, everything you donate to me is not going to me. Every bit of it is being raised by the Good Vibe Tribe to support a fundraiser on Saturday that Bearded Leo's doing for a young man named Noah who needs surgery. And you guys, let me look. With Bearded Leo's stream, Violet Hippie stream, and now Filthy Saint stream, You guys have raised over 17,500 Lino just on my channel alone. So huge, huge love, guys. Huge
Thank you
love.
guys so much. I mean, we've got a lot of people coming here showing some support. So on my end too, thank you guys for donating that. I know it's all going to a good cause. Leo's super excited about being able to do this. So I'm excited being able to be some support of it, you know, being able to support Leo and what he's
Absolutely.
doing.
So this is going to be the ice cream stream, apparently. We're going to keep hearing that in the background, so I hope you don't mind. But make sure, guys, if you're listening to this on some other channel, drop by Author Joe Holt's channel, specifically because if you want to ask Filthy Saint questions, we'd like to get everybody in the same channel. That way everybody is privy to the information. Just throw that out there. So what is it that you enjoy streaming, sir? What is it that you do?
What kind of games do I enjoy streaming, or kind of
Or
content?
in general? No, well, just in general. What type of content do you like to put out there on DLive?
So you know, to be honest, I've always loved playing the whole video aspect of it, and I've always felt like I've been good at the games. And even just kind of growing up, I felt like I was always, even compared to my friends, you know, they're always, you know, oh, you're so good at this, and you know, at these games and stuff. And I had actually played in a bunch of tournaments. So before I streamed, I actually played on a Call of Duty team, and we actually played in a bunch of tournaments, cash tournaments all over, and traveled and played in some of those. So I did that competitively before I even started streaming the whole gaming aspect of it. So
Wow.
I've been learning a lot of how to be a good streamer, not just a good video gamer, you know? And for a while, I felt like, unfortunately, that was kind of my only niche, is just the fact that I was good at the games. Not necessarily that I was the most entertaining person to watch, you know, as far as just me and that. So that's something I've been really working on, you know, getting little tips and different critiquing from other streamers and other friends that I have respect for, that I can take their advice and take for face value and try to grow and learn from it. So I'm working on that aspect of it. So as far as what I stream and what I do mainly shooter games right now. I do a lot of PUBG. I recently got a new PC last week, so trying to incorporate a little more PC games into it. But we do a lot of PUBG. We stream some Apex. We're trying to branch out right now into doing some PC PUBG, as well as Blackout and Black Ops 4. So I mean, we do a lot of different shooter games. That's kind of a lot of our content that we create.
When you were a professional gamer, not that you're not still, but when you were a professional gamer, what was your game of choice?
Call of Duty, 100%. I mean, I used to play, so it started with my competitive side of gaming started with Halo. So Halo 2 is where I actually started becoming in competitive and started playing in tournaments and doing that. So Halo 2 is where everything kind of took off for me, and I did that on Halo 3 as well. And I think about right after Halo 3, that's when they came out with like that. I think I want to say it was like Halo 4 Reach or something like that, and I didn't like it. It just wasn't for me. And so right after Halo 3 came out, it was like Modern Warfare 2 came out for Call of Duty. And some of my friends just kind of jumped on that train. I didn't really like the new Halo that came out, so I jumped over to Call of Duty and just started taking over Modern Warfare 2, and just started to love Call of Duties and just started playing all of them moving forward from that, and just really kept on the competitive gaming aspect of it and had a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun doing that.
What do you find is the biggest difference between like being a pro gamer and being a successful streamer?
Oh, they're two very different things. It's you can have both, but doing both at the same time is a hard thing to do. It's really hard for me, at least, to when I'm doing tournaments and stuff like that. It's hard for me to be the best streamer I can be when I'm so focused on my game. And so I think there definitely needs to be a big balance there. And I've slowly found that balance with streaming, of being able to provide good gameplay that's enjoyable for people, at the same time maintaining communication and the whole, rolling with everything with the chat, and able to maintain that focus with them too at the same time. And it gets me killed every once in a while, but my whole saying is, if you're not dying from talking to your chat at least once a day, you're not doing it right. So I kind of taken that aspect of it, I guess you would say.
Well, and I've actually, I mean, that's a great point to make, because I have seen, obviously gaming is a very large part of any streaming platform, And I've actually seen a lot of guys that are really, really good at the game, zero interaction with the chat.
Right.
And that's the people come to watch you stream because not only do they want to be entertained, but they also want that connection, right? They're trying to
Absolutely.
find a human connection. So, what is it that you've done that's actually, like you said, you used to be just a professional gamer. Now you're trying to be a not only a professional gamer but streamer. Like, what are you doing? Like, what kind of tricks or tips can you share with people that help them to be a good streamer and still keep the gameplay up?
I mean, the biggest thing that is that's helped me to become a better streamer and not just a good gamer is I've had to kind of let my guard down as far as with the game itself. I've
Mm,
had to learn how to simply just enjoy the game and just being a part of the game instead of just necessarily the winning. Beforehand I was just focusing on the winning. You know what I mean? And
mm,
when you're focused, it's all about where your focus is. My focus was just on the winning. And now my focus is it's a split focus, right? I've taken half of my game focus and I've turned it over to my chat and my followers who are amazing and make everything more enjoyable for me. So now my love of gaming is literally just it's skyrocket. I can't even really put it into words how much I enjoy this now compared to how much I enjoyed it back then. I mean, it was so much fun being able to play in tournaments and having people come watch and supporting you and having you up on the big screen and all this stuff. Like that was really fun for me.
mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed that. But this is just completely different. I'm not playing in tournaments all the time, but I feel like I'm playing for people and with people, and it's I can't even put it into words the way that it makes me feel, how much I enjoy it so much more now as I did back then. So
Well, there's something that I find that is exceptionally different about streaming versus being at a professional tournament, and that's you're in your space, right? You're protected, you're quiet, you're alone, you're safe, and that alone allows you to drop your guard and be,
absolutely.
have a more intimate connection with the community.
Absolutely. I mean, I remember playing in tournaments and just kind of being so nervous and overwhelmed that you almost freeze up when you play,
Hmm.
right? And I don't get that here. I've got the comfortability of my home. I've got that here, so it just allows me to be able to just play my game and just have fun, you know, and just enjoy it. And I think when you're having fun and if you've got um, you still have that winning, you still have the winning mindset, you still have that in the back of your head, you kind of know what you're doing and enjoying the game side of it, but you're able to maintain focus with your chat and then just enjoy the community of everything that's going on around you. It's makes a big difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I hadn't even considered streaming before I found D Live, but the community and the support here is like on a real level, right? Not just they come into my channel. Like you guys are, your group is your friends in real life, and you truly support each other, and that's contagious.
Yep. I've invited Bearded Leo, I've invited some of these guys over to my place up here in Washington. We're planning on getting together this year and then doing a nice community event. We're trying to see if we can't plan something in Vegas this summer where we can get a bunch of followers, anybody that's able to make it, and kind of have a big community event. So I mean, yeah, these guys are my friends. You know, I moved up to Washington here last year from Utah, where I grew up my whole life. So I don't really have much friends up here, other than a few people from church. You know what I mean? But I don't really have a lot of friends, so it's just nice for me knowing I've been able to kind of build that around this. And now
Hmm.
these are guys that I talk to on a daily basis. You know I can go to Bearded Leo. I know I can go to Tryhard, Hippie, Unreal. I can go to these guys and I can just open up and we can talk on a friend level outside of just being stream,
Hmm.
and also on stream. It's just nice having that type of support and friendship that we've been able to create. I mean, those five guys right there, we have just this friendship of trust. We call it the streamer tree of trust, whatever you want to call it. But we've just really supported each other from the beginnings.
So, are you
So
part
it's
of
been awesome.
that team that came over from Facebook with Violent Hippie and Bearded Leo?
Yep, yep. So they kind of convinced me, and it was kind of hard. I came on to Facebook at a really good time. At a
Mm.
really good time, right before Facebook started getting really saturated. And same thing with Unreal 84. He was on there prior to me, And so, I mean, a reel's got a little over 6,000, like over 6,000 followers. I'm getting close to 5,000 on Facebook. But I remember just days of just massive growth, and Facebook was awesome. We just loved Facebook, but there's just some aspects of it that I felt like, on the back end of Facebook, they were doing some stuff with the algorithms and different things that were really taking away from people's opportunities to grow,
Mm-hmm.
and different things. And I saw that happening a lot more to Violent Hippie, Bearded Leo, Try Hard, those guys, and God Keshin. I saw it happening to them more than it was to me and Unreal, because again, we kind of got into Facebook at a good time, so we already had a really good traction started.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw that happening to them a lot more. So this was a perfect opportunity for them, right? They had a perfect opportunity. They're great streamers and they've got great following of, maybe at the time on Facebook, maybe not a massive following, but they had really, strong followers that were with him. And, you know, they were able to bring over and create this awesome community over on D Live. And, you know, after seeing them doing what they're doing and loving it, I was skeptical at first, and so was Unreal. But we've kind of just been like, wow, you know, this actually is good. They've kind of opened it up to our eyes, and came in a little bit late to the whole D Live scene, but I love it. You know, I like the Facebook aspect of it for being able to have the network and connection with, our community outside of the stream itself. But D Live, as far as just actually being able to, just the experience for the viewer and the streamer is so much better. Just a better quality for everyone all around when it comes to the live streams itself.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what are you doing on D Live that has brought you this level of success, right? Like what type of tips could you offer new streamers that say, "Hey, this is what I learned and this is what I'm doing now and it helps."
You know, the biggest thing with, as far as, I mean, there's a lot of different tips. I can't say that I know everything because I don't feel like I'm this massive person yet. You know, I just have what I'm working towards and the things that I'm doing regularly. But having some sort of consistency with your stream is important, and being able to make changes. You know, no one is a perfect streamer, and, you need to be able to make changes, and you need to be able to just take a step back and look at yourself and be like, you know, this is just what it is, and these are some changes that I've seen. These are some, not changes, but these are some things that I've seen that could use some changes,
Right?
and being able to make those changes to go forward. And whether that is your attitude, one thing that I've worked on a lot is, I used to get pretty frustrated with my teammates if
Mm.
they did things that I wasn't, you know, maybe didn't work out in my head how I thought it should. I would get frustrated at my teammates, and, that was a terrible thing that I was doing, and I didn't realize how much that was hurting me. It
Mm.
was hurting the experience for my viewers,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because they didn't want to see this negative person that's getting upset at people. They want someone to be happy and positivity and having fun, right? So I was like, you know what? You guys are right. I haven't really, I wish I would have known this sooner. I wish we've had this conversation sooner, but we had the conversation, and, I had to just take it for face value, and I had to be humble enough to make the changes. And I feel like since I've been made the changes to that specifically right there, I feel like my whole stream has changed, because I've had just such a positive outlook on everything. And even when things suck, you know, in the game itself, I still find a way to keep it positive. And I think that is a huge thing as far as the viewer experience. Your
Mm.
viewers want to feel the positivity, and being able to see someone that can maintain and keep their composure even in crappy situations, whatever it is. I mean, those are the people that they really look up to, and come back to. You know, that's the kind of vibe and feeling they want to keep.
Yeah, and I'll echo that sentiment because if I drop in a streamer's channel and they're screaming and they're cussing and they're like, I leave immediately. Even if I love them, even if I support them, I'm not gonna put that into my head. I don't need those vibrations. So I really congratulate you on actually implementing that on your stream because I've seen your positivity even when you get upset because maybe the game didn't go the right way. You're more like, okay, that's okay. We'll get them. We'll get them next time.
Or just laugh it off, you know, just
Right.
trying to find a way to make it funny, you know.
Exactly. Now,
Um,
go ahead. This is a complete side question. I don't know if it's the camera angle, but are you swole AF? Like, what's going on over there? You a weightlifter? What am I looking at right now? You taking up
um,
the whole screen.
so I mean, if you want to really get into that, we can. I used to be obsessed with with weightlifting and working out and fitness. I mean, I was obsessed with it for years, from the ages of like 18 to 24. There's a good 6.5 year span where I was just stuck in the gym, 2 to 3 hours a day, 6 days a week, and I was I was in some pretty dang good shape, man. Ended up tearing my shoulder in a really bad gym accident. It was really gross accident that happened 2 years ago. Completely destroyed my shoulder and put me out of the gym, like not permanently, but semi-permanently for a long period of time. Completely put me out of the gym, and it's been a struggle trying to get back into it. But I'm definitely not where I used to be. There's a large there's a process that I got to get back to, but I'm working on it now. I've actually just started getting back in the gym a couple months ago.
Well, I don't know if you've ever heard this
And play
phrase.
basketball a couple times a week now, so it's good.
I don't know if you ever heard this phrase, but dad bod is a real thing.
Yeah. And I had a baby, right? So the whole time my wife's pregnant, she wants me to get fat with her, so that gave me an excuse to not have to work out. So I'm working on it. I'm definitely not in the shape that I want to be, but I'm blessed that, I'm still able to now have the chance to go back to the gym, man. So
Nice, man. Well, one thing I always like to ask, if you don't mind sharing, just so we can know you on a little bit more personal level, is if you tell us your first name.
yeah, my name's Davis.
Davis.
Davis Wright. Yep.
Your first name is Davis.
Yep. I got two last names.
I was gonna say the man with two last names. I've heard of men with two first names. Not a problem, man. Not a problem. Cool, man. So
Some people are really want me to show this chest hat, so I'm gonna.
Wait, are you the Leo? So Bearded Leo stole your tag.
I'm pulling it down. Yeah, it's got dreads in it. Those are some dreads right there, so you guys can see.
Hey, wait! I don't want to be left out. I got a chest piece on each side, dude. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Yeah, yeah. All right. We're a tattooed bunch. I've noticed.
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, what was the inspiration with that tattoo?
With this one specifically, so this was my first tattoo that I ever got, and it was one of my friends, one of my personal friends back in Utah. He's a really good tattoo artist, and he's on a whole nother level now after the last few years. I mean, he's really taken his tattooing to a whole new level, but I wanted something that I could kind of connect back to God, and I know it. That's all of my tattoos that I have. I've tried to surround everything back to God, and to me, the lion is like the symbol of God in the animal kingdom, in a lot of different cultures and stuff. Like that's like symbolic, right? And so to me, I was thinking the idea of it is a way to bring God back to my heart. It's right here, and also be the king of the jungle. This is like me motivating myself every day that I want to be the king of the jungle. I got to do what it takes for me to be that. So that was kind of the inspiration behind it. Is that?
Well, how important is your faith in your life?
Oh, I mean, it's huge. A lot of people. This is something that a lot of people don't know about me. Is my spiritual side. No one really knows. I think Big Mike 1287 there in the chat, he knows. He just recently had a surgery, so I was really blessed and able to. The other day, I was able to pray with him, before his surgery, and it was really awesome. But about 4 years ago, well, I got back from a 2-year mission. I actually went on a 2-year mission to Ohio, where I 24/7. I was a minister for my church, and I literally for 2 years every day of every day of the week, taught people about Jesus Christ and just went around serving people, whether that was anything you could think of, mowing their lawn, painting people's decks, helping them move, sharing spiritual thoughts with them, anything like that. That's what I did morning and night. I would study for 2 to 3 hours every morning, and then I would just go out and proselyte and serve the community of Ohio for till night. We would come home and we'd kind of wrap up our studies on what we did, and then we'd wake up, we'd go to sleep, wake up and do the same thing. We'd wake up and study for 2-3 more hours on scriptures and stuff, and we'd go and teach people about Jesus and stuff. So I did that for 2 years. And a lot of people don't know that about me, but I have a strong connection with my Father in heaven. So I'm pretty blessed for sure on that side.
Well, and that's amazing too, and that's actually why we're doing these fireside chats. Is we're trying to get to know streamers on a more personal level and also encourage them, right? Give them tips and tricks. But so is if somebody is needing some of that type of love, can they stop by your channel and chat?
I will absolutely 100% pray with anybody. I don't know about doing it on stream, but if there's somebody that is going through a hard time and they want to say a prayer, I mean, reach out to me on Facebook. We'll do a video call on Messenger and we'll pray together. I'm 100% extend that to anybody.
That's awesome, man. And again, like these podcasts, there's so many streamers available. Those people that I've reached out to in the beginning, right? We're still kind of in the beginning stage of this, are people who are spreading that love, not just online, but in real ways in their life. And a number of people, like I only kind of had seen your name in passing, but a large number of people actually contacted me directly offline in direct messages and said, if you don't know about Filthy Saint yet, you need to get this guy on your podcast. He's perfect for what you're trying to do. So I just wanted to say that what you're doing is working.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I have made some amazing friendships. I mean, I can't even list all of the people that have that have supported me and allowed me to help support them in any way, and it has been a wonderful experience for me, to say nonetheless.
That's awesome. So, we didn't really talk about this with Violent Hippie, but somebody brought it up in chat, which was PewDiePie coming over to D Live and bringing thousands, tens of thousands of people with them, and people have asked my personal opinion, what I thought about it. There's some controversy, I guess, with some of his stuff in the past. I don't know. I've never watched him. But my take on it was, look, I've met some incredible people in the last several days, right? And because of this new traffic to D Live. And if we're able to love on them and show them the kind of community that we have here, we're just going to build an even bigger family, right? So what are your feelings on that?
I was always excited when I heard that PewDiePie was coming over. I was excited about it. I've never been a massive fan of PewDiePie. I don't even think I've seen his streams. I've just known him and heard of him and known what he's done and what he's been able to create. So he's obviously done a lot of things right, So to see someone that big being able to come over to D Live, I was excited because I knew that he was going to be bringing people over with him, which is simply just more opportunity for me. Right. So I was excited either way. I know a lot of people were a little upset that they didn't get any love coming from PewDiePie when he did his first stream. He went around and donated a bunch. And to me, I was like, either way, it was. I'm happy for everyone that got some love from him. We all have work to do, regardless if we want to keep growing and getting bigger. Just because we got love from PewDiePie does not mean we made it.
Right.
And it doesn't mean we're going to make it, right? We just got to keep working at it and just keep going. And our time will come, if you just keep working at it and keep making changes that are going to be for the better. That's what it's all about, is being able to grow as a streamer and as a person individually, to be able to keep moving and actually make it a reality, your dreams.
Well, that's actually a really great point. And Violent Hippie even brought that up. He said, I'm a better person now a year later after I started streaming than I was before. And you just said the exact same thing. What is it about streaming and reaching out to this community that you think has made you a better person?
I think that after doing this for a long time, it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. My focus on gaming and everything a year and a half ago and prior was all about winning. My focus wasn't on anybody else but me and winning, and now that I've been able to do this and I've been so blessed with all these people who have been able to come in and show their love and support to me, I've been able to create those personal connections and friendship with these people, you know, over my stream, which I value. I value all of that, and the things that they talk to me about and share, and the experiences that I've had with these people, all on individual bases and some as a group, are things that I'll remember forever. Me and Leo, we did something a few months back, a little while ago, where there was one of our community followers recently got diagnosed with lung cancer. Everything was pretty bad. So spur of the moment, we came up with this that charity stream idea that we wanted to donate all of our charity money from this stream to him to help him with his medical bills. And we had a goal of raising $200. That was our goal, and we ended up raising 350 before our stream even started. And we announced it an hour before, and we finished with 2,000. And we were able to write him a check for $2,000 because of us and our community
Nice.
as a whole.
Mm.
And that was that the feeling that I got from that. I mean, that was huge. I've never been able to do something like that before.
Mm.
You know, I feel like I've received so much happiness in my life from serving people. A lot of that from my mission. I really learned how to serve people because of my mission. But being able to do that was huge as a streamer, and it made me realize how much of an opportunity we have being in front of these cameras for hours at a time. We have so much opportunity to be able to better other people's lives in so many different ways. You know, there are people that literally come in here and watch our streams because they've had a shitty day,
Mm.
and we have the ability to help make that better. You know, and that's a really good feeling as a streamer and as a content creator. Not only am I working towards my goals of being able to do this full time, but I'm also have that reassuring feeling inside, knowing that I'm there for people too, you know. And I've been able to be there as a support for some people who have reached out to me individually and on a personal level. And those are things that I'll never forget. Those are things that stick with me, you know, that really give me the drive to keep doing this.
Yeah, and I could definitely echo that sentiment. I mean, I had somebody recently come into my chat, and they were super helpful and supportive of me, and I realized they were a new streamer, and so I went by their channel to love on them, and the gentleman actually started crying. Right, he was in a rough spot, and just me coming in and encouraging him and dropping some Lino and loving on him, you could, I mean, he was crying, he had to mute his mic, he was overwhelmed, and it really took me by surprise. Right, because obviously I know it's helpful, right? Somebody comes in a chat, encourages you, tells you how to make a better production value, but it was really touching him and his life, and that was powerful to me to realize that.
Right. And that's awesome that you're able to do that, you know. The feelings that you get from that's something you're going to remember for a long time, if not forever, you know.
Oh
Just
yeah.
little things like that.
Yeah, and I started streaming specifically to be of service and to love on people. And what I didn't see coming was how beneficial that was for me. Like you said, I moved to a new town where I don't know anybody, and I already feel like I have a larger group of friends and a better support structure because of the DLive community than I ever have anywhere I've lived long time and known my neighbors. Right? Because we get to know each other on real levels, and it's easier to drop your guard when you're in the safety of your own home, right? Like we are
Absolutely.
as streamers.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with that. 100%. And
So, so let's talk a little bit more about about DLive, but more specifically about streaming. What do you find, or what would you recommend to somebody who is thinking about streaming or is a new streamer? What are some of the simplest things that you could say that will help someone a not get burnt out, but also be more successful as a streamer?
you know, it's a hard question to answer because I feel like the route and everything is different for everyone,
Hmm.
you know, and ultimately streaming might not be for everyone, you know. And that's something too that you need to look at too, is there might be another avenue in life that you might find so much more happiness from, and maybe streaming is not that, you know. But if you're wanting to, I guess my advice or tips for like a brand new small streamer is make some friends. You know, just worry about making some friendships and showing some your support to other streamers,
Mm.
and other people will slowly show that support back to you. I guess I'll take the time right now to. I've got a big announcement, if you don't mind. I'm just going to
Please,
throw
by
it
all
out there
means.
now, Joe.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this is the first time anyone's ever heard of this. It's something that I've been working on for weeks. So this is first time anyone's hearing this, other than a very few select people that have kind of shared some ideas to get some advice about.
Mm.
But to the public and everyone, I just created a new the Filthy Crew. We created a stream team with I invited a few of it's funny, I actually invited some of my followers who recently started streaming. There's a group of 5 of us now. um, I just invited them over to the Filthy Crew, and now we're going to be working together to be able to help each other grow.
Mm.
And we're going to be doing different things like running different fundraiser events and things like that. But ultimately, the idea is to have that group of connection. I think it's so much easier, and you want as far as tips for new streamers, this is the same thing. It's so much easier as a small group of people to help each other pick up and kind of get past those first few hurdles as a streamer. Getting past that uh, those first few hurdles of wanting a few hundred followers, and that right there, just getting past that first beginning hump is hard,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people get burnt out, like you're saying, and they quit. So I'm really excited about this opportunity to be able to work. I'm gonna post them out here right now, but we've got some in the chat. We've got um, Sweaty Yeti. He is a part of the Filthy Crew now, so everybody show Sweaty Yeti some love. We've got Line Life is going to be in here. We've got Big Mike, and we've got Surfboard. So I'm super excited to be working with these guys. It's going to allow me ultimately um, to help them and help them help me too. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And that's where I get a lot of joy in life, is being able to help other people. So we just started working on this. We've got some really big things going on, some really big plans and stuff. So I'm super excited to be able to share all this with you guys and see what we've got in store moving forward. But yeah, so the Filthy Crew, you guys will see us going out here and getting live here soon. Working on the website and some graphics right now, but super excited to be doing that. So if you guys haven't already, shown some love to Sweaty Yeti, Big Mike, Surfboard, and Line Life. These are 4 good dudes that have been supporting me. Sweaty Yeti, he never watched any streamers, and then came across me one day and started hanging out for a while. One of the coolest guys I've ever met. And he's been supporting me for a long time, back when I was just nobody, completely nobody. And he's kind of been there from the beginning, and it's really nice for me being able to do that too. To finally now, hey, it's like I get to bring you up with me and work with you. So it's awesome being able to do that. And yeah, so I think that's huge. And I was able to do that as a small streamer too. I was as far as tips, right? I've got
Mm-hmm.
this group of streamers with Unreal 84. I've got Bearded Leo, Violent Hippie, and Tryhard CC. That's kind of like our group of our, and even God Keshin too. That's kind of like our small group that we work together to help each other get past those first few hurdles. And now we're able to kind of do our own thing with still having the friendships and community that we built from the roots.
Right.
We still have that, but now we're at the point where we can break out and do our own thing. And it's now allowed me to be able to pretty much mimic what we did in the beginning. Now I'm able to mimic that again with these 4 new guys. And so that I'm really excited for that. Super excited.
That's awesome. And that's
It's been
kind of
awesome.
what we were talking about earlier. I know a lot of these guys support the Good Vibe Tribe, and they were even saying it's not an exclusivity type of thing. Like, you can still be in your own stream team and have your own thing going. It's just about spreading love on D Live, really.
Right. Absolutely.
So I'm
So,
hearing some comments about trademarks and merch. I see you're wearing what appears to be a Filthy Saint hat. Am I correct?
yep. Yep.
That's
We are
awesome.
we got these out the box a little over a week ago. We had 27 of them, and I think we are down to 7.
Wow. So
So
is that something you're going to keep available, or do you have things other than hats?
Yep. So I work right now with Jet Jeff from Epic Designs. If you guys haven't already followed Epic Designs, he's alive on D Live. This dude's a mastermind. He creates all sorts of stuff. I mean, from like, for example, I've got this right here. This is a mug right here with my. He engraved this, laser etched it with my logo on the back. He's got a little thing here. It says, "The hands of Saint can give life or take it away. It is your choice." He does different things like that. Bottle openers. He's made me. I'll show you my favorite thing here. Let me grab this
Can
real quick.
you?
I'll show everybody.
Well, can you also put a link in chat to his channel?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I saw Bearded Leo actually has custom mugs too. Same thing with
Yes.
different things on them.
Yep. So he's been. Let's see if it lets me tag him. Can someone tag Epic Merch in here?
So Epic Merch is who you're talking about?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So I know Epic Merch.
Tagging him in here, Jeff. But he made this for me right here. So this is we call it the Book of Saint. This is a wooden book that is laser engraved with the logo on it. This thing is awesome. Inside, we've got a flask that he laser engraved the flask. So
Wow.
it's the Book of Saint inside. We've got the flask. I was telling you, we destroyed the liver a little bit on stream.
Uh-oh.
But he's really amazing. So we work with Jeff a lot. He's helped a lot of streamers create some fun merch. So he kind of does anything and everything. So we've got a little fun and gizmos and gadgets. As far as the hats go, I got these from Dave Wampolt. He's a OG supporter of mine. His dad owns a company that creates merchandise. So the hats are going to keep coming. We'll do different things of merch as well. But yeah, I'm excited.
I really like that because we haven't really had a guest on yet that talked about, merchandising their logo and their brand.
And that's another thing too. It's when you first start streaming, there's really an endless thing that you can spend money on. I think I heard Hippie mention this during his interview. There's unlimited amount of stuff you can spend your money on when it comes to streaming.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're first starting off, you don't need everything, and a lot of guys think that they need everything right at once, when realistically, when I started with this, I sat on my family room couch. I had a webcam plugged into my Xbox. Okay, there wasn't anything special about it. And slowly I've been able to just upgrade stuff. And now my setup's completely different. I don't think I have anything right now of my setup that I had 2 years ago. Everything is completely different, and it's just kind of slowly upgraded as I've been doing this. But the merchandise is an awesome little tool as well. I don't make money off the merchandise. The merchandise isn't a money maker or anything like that. The idea with the merch is it allows you to you're getting free advertisement.
Sure.
People enjoy the fact they've been able to build these connections with you, and you've got these friendships. You're sending them merchandise. They're like, wow, now they've got your logo and stuff with them, and it's kind of that next step, I guess, almost in the friendship, whatever you want to call it, right? But it also allows you to get your name out there more. People tell me all the time that people ask them about their hat, who that is, and blah blah blah, and they're able to tell them about me. So that's pretty cool. That I've got followers that are so cool outside of the stream that they're also helping push my brand and what we're able to do here together. So it's been fun with the whole merchandise, man, being able to see the pictures of people wearing the merch and their kids and stuff, and all over the world, not just in the US. It's been pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's awesome. And we actually have hit on that in a number of these podcasts, which is the D-Live community. We really are a group of family and friends, right? We're not just saying that. Like, we love on each other in real ways.
Correct. D-Live is, well, that's one thing that I really love about the whole D-Live aspect of it, comparing it to Facebook, is it's hard to show the love and stuff on Facebook with the way they have it set up as a streamer to another streamer.
Right.
It's hard. D-Live has set it up so that ultimately they've set it up. That's the fastest way to grow is building the friendship and community through D-Live. They kind of help get you to that next step and blah, blah, keep moving forward. So it's been pretty sweet. You can host people on D-Live. You can, and one of my favorite things is you can actually, any Lino that you get currency wise, you can turn around and give that to someone else. Whereas on Facebook, you can't. So I love the ability to be able to do that. I think that's huge for streamers, being able to do that for each other and stuff. So I think DLive's an awesome platform. I'm excited to keep growing on it.
Well, in the Lino model, the way that the donations work encourages the same thing because on DLive, you keep 90% of your donations and the other 10% gets returned back to everybody with locked in Lino. DLive keeps 0% of that. So they actually encourage you to donate to other streamers. And you by doing that, it helps everyone.
Yep.
I
It's
love
kind
it.
of a big thing, just kind of lifting everyone up. So, and that's where the idea of having, being able to create like a small community inside, inside your community, like a little stream team of just a few people. I think that's nice to have that inside of the community. It just kind of breaks everything to a smaller, more personal level to be able to grow individually and together, while at the same time you can support everyone in the community. It's just, I think it's smart having a small little group. GK's done it. I've seen a few other people do it, and it's been successful for him.
Absolutely. So just a couple notes we like to hit on every time about Lino, just in case you guys don't know. If you go to your favorite streamer's channel and they're not live, and you want to donate Lino to them, you can go to any replay video and donate Lino. So even if your favorite streamer isn't live, you can still donate to them. And
Oh,
also,
that's pretty cool.
yeah, so you
I
didn't
didn't
know
know
that?
that.
Oh wow,
I did not know that. So yeah, I'm getting it. I'm fairly new. I'm learning.
right.
You're teaching me stuff.
Well, that's why we do it because a lot of people don't, and I didn't know that. I actually started asking because I'm like, how sometimes I miss the streaming times of my favorite streamers because they are on off hours. To me, I still want to donate, and they go, yeah, any replay video you can donate at any time. He said my name, God Keshin. Everybody knows your name. You're an incredible human being, an incredible streamer. Don't act like
I
you
like
don't know.
I like Irish Misconduct's comment there.
Say, is that true?
Oh yeah, it happened just a few days ago on Friday Night Customs.
So you take them out and then go love on them.
Oh yeah. She went flying by our squad, and I murdered her out of the car real quick, and then I went in her stream and shown her some love. So I made up for it.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. And then the second thing that we like to mention about Lino is depending on where you buy your Lino, you're being charged a different percentage for the transaction. So if you're on like Apple or you're on the cell phones, you're getting charged 30% for a transaction fee. If you go Lino to Lino direct wallet outside of the US, or if you're on the DLive app on a computer, you're only getting charged that 4% fee through PayPal. So
Which is
what
huge. I mean, that's
it's
huge.
huge. Yeah, the difference is for $100 on your cell phone, you're going to get under 6,000 Lino. For $100 on your computer, you're going to get almost 8,000 Lino. So it's literally like $24 worth of Lino difference. It's huge.
No, you're losing. I mean, and again, when people are buying this, they're doing it with the idea that they want to be able to support their streamer. They don't want to support some cell phone company, you
Exactly.
know. So
No, it's a good point. I mean, you're talking about two Ninja Guineas worth of Lino
yeah,
difference.
absolutely, that's huge, and absolutely. So I definitely discourage, and same thing that Facebook does the same thing with stars. I definitely discourage everyone from purchasing this currency from their mobile devices. I always recommend getting it from their PC if they have the ability, just for everyone's best interest. Again, it's not that we're trying to just get more money as a streamer. It's that we don't want you to be wasting your money. If you're donating money, you're doing that because you're wanting to support somebody and what they're doing. And yeah, it's just sad to see so much being taken from the cell phone companies, man.
Now, this has
Crazy.
been brought up for over the last hour repetitively. People keep saying, "I need to ask you about your singing voice." Let's talk. Let's talk about it. You got some pipes, buddy? What are we talking about?
So I used to be in a band. I grew up in a very musically inclined family. Everybody in my family plays instruments and sings. I kind of just grew up in that. So I play guitar, piano, drums, sing. I used to be in a band, create music, and have some CDs. I've actually played with some fairly big bands too, like Hawthorne Heights. I don't know if you've ever heard of Hawthorne Heights,
I have
um,
not,
but
but
they're pretty big band. I was able to open for them in Salt Lake City. That was really fun. But that was the old days, man. It's been years. I haven't. When I got back from my mission, I kind of gave up the whole music thing and kind of moved on to different things. I think Hippie was talking about how similar things, right? You
Hmm.
you only have so much time in a day. You got to focus on where you want to put your energy on a daily basis. And sadly, I've kind of pushed a little bit away from music because in order for me to be able to do that, it was a lot of time I was putting in. I wanted to be able to do other things. So
Well, maybe one of these days on a stream we can get you to sing.
I think we have. So is my audio broadcasted right now? Everything I play on my desktop, is it broadcasted
Yes,
through the stream?
it should
Um,
be.
I can play a song from a CD. I've got one here recorded if people want me to play one of our songs.
We'll play it and we'll see if they can hear it.
Okay, let's see if they can hear it.
I
And
mean, I
some people
think
have already heard this one. This is the only one that I've got computer, so they're gonna have to
I
just
mean,
deal with it.
I think they wanted to see you sing, but that's all right. You can hum along.
They want to see me sing.
They want you to sing, man.
Oh, dude, I don't know what I could sing right now if we were to sing something. I got to think about this here for a second, my
It's your
friend.
world, my friend. It's your world.
I'm gonna have to think about this. Let's keep talking. Let's just see how this guitar starts playing. We'll see what happens.
All right.
Filthy Saint, jack of all trades. No, it's been so long, guys, since I've played music. It has been so long. I am rusty. You think I'm rusty after not playing PUBG for a few days? You should see me play guitar. It's not as pretty as it once was, but it's as good once as it ever was, right, Joe?
Exactly. I know all about that. All right, I'm holding my breath over here. Jeez,
What do you want from me, Joe? You just tell me what you want.
dude, you're a beautiful soul. Just share some of that. I mean, what comes to your heart
Let's
when you
see.
think about playing music?
Can you guys even hear it?
Yeah, yeah. I'll adjust the volume.
Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. The strands in your eyes color.
Oh, the audio's cutting out on us.
Well, it's been so.
It's a little hot. It's cutting
Emeralds
out.
from mountains touch towards the sky, never revealing their depth. And tell me that we belong together. Dress it up, trappings of a love. I'll be captivated. I'll hang from your lips, set up the gallows. Heartache to hang from above. It's been a long time. All
No,
right,
no,
we'll
it's
stop
good.
there.
No, that's fine. That's fine. And it actually, we were hitting the gate. It is hard to get that to come through
Get
clean,
it all to go through.
but we did get a good portion of it. And I would encourage you, even if it's not a public thing, keep the music in your life. It's good for your soul.
I agree. It's fun, man.
I mean,
It's
that's.
definitely fun reminiscing back on it too.
I mean, it's like the most. It's really the most beautiful part of our souls, I find. Anything that we're doing to encourage that uniqueness in our bodies, right? Painting, singing, anything that's artistic. It's just music, cooking, anything like that. It's so good for us.
I agree. Absolutely, man.
Man, the people are loving it. They're loving it. I appreciate that you would share that with us
You
because
know what, guys? I haven't done that in a long, long time. It's probably been 4 years since I picked up and sang like that in front of people. So
no, it's incredible, man. I really appreciate that you would do that. No, no, we're not going to push him. We're not going to push him. That was
Maybe I'll
fantastic.
practice a little bit more, guys, and I'll have something prepared for you on a future stream. We'll see.
There you go. There you go.
We'll see.
Well, I mean, if not, dude, if we just encourage you to start like putting music back in your life off stream, I think we did our job here today.
Yeah, maybe, maybe.
Yeah. So guys, if you have a question for Filthy Saint, we always like to get into a Q&A segment. So if you had a specific question, by all means, I mean, feel free to roast him. But also, we're looking for some legitimate questions.
Let's hear it.
He's
Hey,
also,
I stepped up and did it, guys. Probably was not the prettiest, but I stepped up and did it for y'all because I love you and you guys wanted it, so we had to give you what you wanted.
well, actually, it came. I mean, most of it came through pretty well.
Did it? Did it
Yeah,
come through fairly well?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I can stream. I can absolutely stream that. And the nice thing is, right now I'm just using my mic on the headset. I have the Blue Yeti right here, so it'll sound a lot better when I have it set up to that,
Yeah.
singing and playing to that.
Yeah, and I actually, I would encourage people I use a Blue Yeti too. It's only $100 to pick one up on Amazon.
The Blue Yeti mic.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
they're solid.
the thing that I noticed too is you'll pay like $100 more if you get a mic with a boom. And if you just get the mic that sits on your desk, like if you need to start out and money is an issue, you can buy the mic first and the boom second. And like I don't even use a boom. I've got mine setting on this little stand on the desktop.
I got my boom for $19 on Amazon.
Nice. So
So,
here's
and it works just great.
a couple questions: Marvel or DC, and who cares?
Or who cares?
Or who cares?
I don't know. I do not have an answer to that one. I've liked everything. I like both Marvel and DC. It's hard to say which one I like better. I've just enjoyed all of it. I wasn't one of those little kids that was one or the other. I just kind of enjoyed all of them.
I feel the same way. I've been a comic book fan since I was young, and actually, my mom was involved recently with the tribute to Stan Lee through
Oh,
Legion
nice.
M. Yeah, there's actually a fan-owned production company now called Legion M, and M being the Roman numeral for a million. But it was really cool to see as a childhood fan of Stan Lee, so much support from all over the world. Now they
It's
want to know
great.
how much you can bench, and I would say pre-injury, how much were you benching?
Pre-injury, I maxed out at 375 on the bench.
What? Dude,
That was pre-injury.
that's crazy talk,
You
right?
wouldn't believe me, dude. You wouldn't believe me if I with where we're at now compared to where we were. I mean, 2 years ago, I look completely different. It's kind of demoralizing, but at the same time, I also know where I'm going, right?
Dude, you're still
Where I
twice as large as any other person I've had on this podcast.
came.
So I
I
don't know what
appreciate
you're
it.
seeing in the mirror, but what I'm seeing is a dude who looks yoked.
I appreciate it, man. It's been good. Like I said, the last few weeks, I've been back in the gym playing basketball twice a week. On top of that, and I think over the last it's been about 6 weeks now since I've been doing this, and I'm down like a little over 15 pounds now. All right, we're about 20 pounds. So over the last
So,
6 weeks,
a few more questions. Crunchy or creamy peanut butter?
definitely crunchy.
Ah,
I
see, I would
love
say definitely creamy.
I love crunchy peanut butter. I
Uh,
love it. PB and J's with the crunchy peanut butter, just the big nuts, big peanuts there in the peanut butter. I love it. I absolutely love it with the jelly.
boxing or MMA?
Definitely MMA. Boxing was really fun back in the day, but MMA has taken leaps and they're so far. I mean, I enjoy MMA so much. It's so much more enjoyable for me than watching boxing now.
Oh, I agree.
Hands down.
I was a full contact fighter when I was younger in Muay Thai, Kyokushin, and karate, and I tried to box afterwards, and I kept like throwing kicks and elbows and stuff, and keep getting disqualified because I was like, "What do you mean I can't fight? We're supposed to be fighting, right?" I don't know.
Yes.
It seemed what boxing now. While and I'm definitely not dissing boxing, it's definitely an art form. but it seems to be very one dimensional in terms of actual fighting.
Correct. Absolutely.
So people want to know if the filthy crew can throw a big party at your expense. Big Mike wants to know.
Say that one more time.
Big Mike wants to know if the filthy crew can throw a big party at your expense.
I think he was referring to your expense.
My expense? I'm not part of
Not
the
mine.
filthy crew yet.
I'm just kidding.
I'm not. I mean, I'm open to it, but
Oh, again, this is what we're gonna do this fun thing, and I would love for the filthy crew to be able to host an event down in Vegas this summer. That would be wonderful if we could really make that work. And it seems like it's possible. We've got a lot of people that are interested in it. That seems serious. So,
Sweaty, I'm not asking that question. Mr. D wants to know if you plan on having another kid.
I wasn't really planning on having the first kid, but yeah, the funny story. I was actually, me and my wife both did not think we were gonna have kids. I had surgery years ago while I was on my mission actually,
Mm.
and was told that I was probably never gonna have kids. So it was kind of a miracle that my wife did get pregnant. It was completely caught us off guard. So if it happens again, I'll be happy. I mean, I definitely won't be upset. I'm in love with my baby, and we both had plans of adopting one day, and that was kind of our goal and what we were gonna do. And then all of a sudden, it just happened, and now I've got this beautiful little angel that just has me wrapped around her finger. So
So, you have a daughter?
yeah, yeah, her name's Zariah.
Zariah. Man, that's so awesome. 4 months old. I just found out 2 weeks ago I'm going to be a grandpa for the first time the end of June, and my boy's having a little girl. So I'm stoked.
Congratulations, congratulations,
Thanks,
whole nother
man.
level.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited because the cool thing about being grandpa is you don't have to change diapers.
Fact,
Fact. And
fact.
I remember as a dad, like, you would check a diaper by sticking your finger down the back. And then when one day I found out, yes, it needed to be changed by doing that. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to stop doing that. I'm just going to look from now on. The dad struggle is real, man. The dad struggle is
I've
real.
never done it that way.
Don't.
Nowadays they have diapers that have a line across the front to the back that's yellow, and then when it's dirty, it goes to blue. So
Ah.
now they have little things. It's like a built-in finger tester, so you don't have
Ah.
to actually use your own. So
Thanks, Sweaty. That's funny, man. That's funny. Yeah, the
makes it
struggle is
easier.
real. The struggle is real. I had children when I was a young Marine, and man, talk about trying to work full time during the day and then be up all night with an infant. I mean, that's a genuine struggle.
Definitely not easy. Definitely not easy. But my wife is awesome, dude. She's awesome. She really knows how to, and it's her first kid too. So she is a 100% stepped up to the plate, and she's been an amazing mother. So
Well, we even
I'm
talked
very
about that
grateful
in
for
the
that.
beginning of the stream, but let's hit on it again, which is um, how important is it to have the support of your significant other trying to be a streamer?
I definitely I don't think I'd be able to do it. I just don't think I would be able to do it, and I don't think I would be as necessarily happy doing it. Um, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but everything that I do for my family, not just for myself anymore. So all of these dreams and desires that I have and goals that I have of what I want to do in my future, all of that is with hindsight of my family,
Hmm.
being there in that spotlight as well. So it's completely changed my outlook on life, having a wife and a baby and a family just in general, as opposed to just being on my own.
Hmm.
So it's been a blessing, man. I don't really even know how to quite put that into words, but I wouldn't be able to do it without the support of my family. My wife, she takes on so much more, especially with the baby, for me to be able to do this. She does a lot with that baby to allow me to be able to do this and do what I love, because she knows what I want to do in the future. She knows that I have goals and dreams, and she wants to support my dreams. At first it was hard for her because she didn't understand. it didn't make sense to her, right? It just was always just playing video games and blah 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 blah. And it's taken some time and a lot of conversations, but now she's kind of understood really truly how passionate I am with everything, and she's found different ways to be able to support me, and a lot of that is just simply taking care of stuff outside of the stream so that I can do this,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So it definitely 100% helps a lot. I mean, I'm very blessed
Do
for
you
sure.
have aspirations to be a professional gamer again?
Oh, I would love it. I would absolutely love it. You know, and I feel like nowadays all the professional gamers are all on PC though. I feel like all the biggest
Mm.
gamers are on PC now, and I've always been a console gamer. I'm terrible with mouse and keyboard. I'll be completely straight with it because I've never played it. Um, Last week was like my first time ever playing mouse and keyboard. I've only played a couple times, so I would
Wow.
love to be able to get back into it again. I just, unfortunately, I feel like the competitive side of console has slowly lost its place to PC.
Ah. I
And maybe
mean,
I'm wrong.
well, I've
Maybe
only
I'm wrong.
ever, like, since I've been a streamer, I've only ever gamed with a mouse and keyboard. But prior to streaming, I only ever gamed on an Xbox.
And there's a large community on Xbox, but when it comes to actual esports and
Hmm.
everything, you know, playing in tournaments that are actually worth playing in, they don't generally happen very much now on Xbox.
Ah.
They're happening a lot more on PC.
Okay. Yeah, and I've actually talked to AE Wind about that. Wind is a professional gamer with EA Sports. He's the number one Quake player in North America, and it's been very interesting, very enlightening to speak to him about that.
But yeah, but I mean, I would absolutely love. I mean, I love playing in high intense games and situations. I get an adrenaline rush that I mean, it's addicting, the rush that I get from that. And it's funny because when I play, you know, at home, we talk about how it's just a comfortable scenario and place for me to kind of be in my own atmosphere. You know, we'll have crazy big wins and I'll just be like normal, you know, not super pumped. And then some of those, like, not necessarily super pumped, but just like no big deal. Like, we're just having fun, just moving on to the next, where people are just like, "Oh my gosh, what did you just do? What just happened? Did you really just do that?" And I'm over here just, "All right, guys, let's ready up. Let's go on for number two." You know,
Right.
and but when I'm doing these tournaments and stuff, man, my hands, like, I remember sometimes like my hands being so wet that I could barely even hold my controller from just sweating so much from being so nervous. You know, and so it's just it's fun, man. So yeah, to answer your question, I would absolutely love to play in more tournaments and stuff and become a professional gamer again, but ultimately I want to be known for being an elite gamer, but a really fun community and a big streamer. I want to be known for streaming, not necessarily for gaming. I want to be a streamer that's a really good talented streamer,
Hmm.
you know, not just with the streaming aspect, but also with the games that he plays.
Well, and you were talking about the differences with being a professional gamer and a professional streamer. The difference is the interaction with the community.
It's extremely hard to be a professional gamer and have that interaction.
Mm.
I mean, once you get into that mode of those competitive games, it's
Hmm.
like you lose focus. And I don't want to lose focus on my followers and my community and the people and our community of the people that are here, because ultimately these people are supporting me and allowing me to continue to do this every day,
Hmm.
which means so much to me. I mean, like, I can't even say thank you enough to the people that support me. I mean, we've got my number one supporter right now in the chat, Nathan Reddig.
Mm.
Um, I mean, I can't even thank him enough. Just alone. I mean, just it's amazing that I've got such a large support system behind me of other streamers and also just people that just come to hang out and come to enjoy the stream and the games. You know, it makes me feel like a million bucks, you know. So I can't even say thank you enough to all my supporters and people that have, you know, been supporting me from the beginning, even when I wasn't the best. As far as, there was a lot of changes that I needed to make, guys, and I've been
Mm.
trying to make those changes for you to give you better content, and I appreciate you for being patient with me and um, allowing me to make those changes, you know, and sticking with me through it, not giving up on me. So
Yeah,
I,
Three
I
Raccoons. This is actually the Q&A section, so if you have a question, by all means. There's been a small riot in the chat. Everybody wants to see Baby Saint, but
okay, give me
it's up
30
to you.
seconds.
There you go, guys. Ask and you shall receive. You're gonna get a Baby Saint. Yeah, exactly, guys. That's one thing about streamers you're talking with. Nearly every one of them know their first names of their constant viewers. Exactly. You know, these guys, who we're reaching out to are those that actually spread the love in real life, and obviously Faithy Saint is on that list. Yay, Baby Saint!
We did it.
Baby
Saint
Saint
is in the building. Say hello.
What a sweetie.
Hi.
Oh, look at that smile, dude. Oh, what a great smile. She loves her daddy.
She's got daddy wrapped around her fingers.
Oh, man. Yeah, Judah. We actually got Saint to play a bit of music and sing earlier. She's a little hidden down there in the corner, but we can see most of her head.
See if we can't adjust this a tad for y'all.
Baby Saint, look at her looking at the camera. She looks at the computer.
She
knows.
So one thing that I have right now been my benefit is I have this beautiful little baby that she sits on my lap for a little while, pretty much every stream. If it's just 10 minutes, if it's 30 minutes, she's on the lap. So it's nice having her little cute face to brighten everyone's days.
So JP Sternberg just wanted me to say, tell you thank you for all the help and support you've given him.
Oh, absolutely. JP's a good dude, and he's a good person, and I appreciate JP coming and always showing support, always being kind with her words.
She's being credited for all of your donations.
that's the only way I get donos is I just bring her on stream, and that's where the Lino comes. So
use what you got.
That's all her. I'm just kidding. No, she's great, man. She's got daddy wrapped around her finger. That's for sure.
And just so you guys know, I'm going to say it again because I'm seeing new names in here. We're raising all the money. Wow, it's over 25,000 Lino already, guys. All of the Lino that we're raising with the Good Vibe Tribe, Bearded Leo, Violent Hippie, Filthy Saint, everybody we're going to have on this week. 100% of the Lino is being donated to a charity stream on Saturday with Bearded Leo. We're raising money for a young man named Noah. Is that correct? I think.
Yes,
and
Noah.
He was born without ears. He has a lot of internal problems with his organs. He needs a lot of different surgeries. And so we're actually raising money for that family and that young man to help him get his next surgery because insurance doesn't cover all that cost. So we really appreciate what you guys have done so far. Like I said, just in these 3 podcasts, we've raised 25,000 Lino. So we love every one of you and truly appreciate you contributing to that goal. Man, what a sweet, she is a cutie. And it's so funny how at 4 months old, how aware she is of the camera and what's going on screen.
I've had her on my chest. So I think 2 days after she was born, I think was the first stream I did. And I had her wrapped up on my chest in one of those wraps, those Moby things.
Nice.
So I've had her. She's been on stream with me and hanging out since she was literally 2 days old.
Dude, so
she's been in front of the camera.
She'll
sees it every day.
The longest streaming career of any streamer ever if she starts streaming.
Yep, the longest.
Started when I was
been streaming since she was 2 days old.
2 days old. Dude, look at Enred just crushing the donations right now.
Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, dude. Nathan. Oh my gosh, Nathan Reddick, just coming in clutch. Thank you so much, man. All of this is really going to a cause. It's amazing right now. I am blown away by all the love you guys are showing for this.
Absolutely, and again, these guys know that I'm honest and genuine human being, and now the reason I keep saying it out loud is so you guys know we're over 30,000 Lino raised already for this.
Let's go.
And it's not even till Saturday. So, I mean, you guys are absolutely blowing this thing out of the water. Bearded Leo's back. Bearded Leo, dude. They've already raised over 30,000 Lino just on these couple podcasts we've done. That beard's coming off.
The beard's coming off, Leo.
Yep, we got Bounty on the Beard happening on Saturday for the fundraiser for Mr. Noah. So, such a beautiful little child and super excited. We should have a banner saying that, you know? It seems like maybe a guy named Bad Doggy could create one. Don't consider it off. No, well, oh, the beard? Oh, I thought you meant the fundraiser. I'm like, no. We're doing it. You're shaving it, buddy. You might as well get a razor and get ready.
He's shaving it off. Leo's shaving the beard.
Yep. We're going to love on him. And what's super awesome is...
Little do we know, it's actually just a stick-on beard. He's just going to peel it off one day. He's just going to peel it off from one sideburn to the other.
We're gonna peel it off on Saturday with a razor blade.
Come to find out, he's 17 years old.
Oh my God, he's gonna look like such a baby without that beard. Oh, I'm excited. I can't wait.
Man.
Hey, Bearded, since you're in here, tell everybody what time and what time zone we're gonna actually start that, because I know it's on the 20th. Let me look at the calendar. The 20th is this Saturday, but what time and what time zone are we starting that fundraiser for Noah? Just curious. But dude, Filthy, we love having Tiny Saint on. That's so awesome.
Thank you, man.
I almost called her Tiny Filthy, but I don't think that's appropriate. only when the line turns blue, right?
We just call her little baby saint. Little baby saint.
Baby Saint. That's so awesome. Dude, she knows her name too. She totally looked at you when you said that.
Yeah.
And you know what? You can see how much you light up and how big your smile got when you went and got her.
Yeah. I can't, dude. I mean, I wake up and she's always awake first. She's the one that's awake first in the morning, sleep between us on the bed. And she's always the one that's awake first. And she'll let everyone else sleep, usually. And so I'll wake up, my wife will be asleep, and I'll look over and just see this little baby just smiling from ear to ear at me. I mean, there's no better way to wake up. I'm just telling you right now.
That's so awesome.
There is no better way to wake up than to this little baby smiling at you. I
So
won't forget that.
So Bearded Leo says the fundraiser is going to start on Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That would be 9 a.m. Central Standard Time and 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
All other way, right? Eastern Standard. So that's other way around, man. It's 5 a.m. for my time on Pacific.
Oh, right. Sorry, I hit my head a lot, and I don't math. So 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is actually 5 a.m.
7 a.m. Central, 6 a.m. Mountain, and 5 a.m.
Yes.
Pacific. See,
again, math. Math's hard, guys. But it's going to go all day Saturday. Basically, by the time you wake up, you can get on D-Live, go to Bearded Leo's channel, and you will be able to get involved. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and share this, guys. If you aren't already following Bearded Leo, definitely drop by his channel. He's part of the Good Vibe Tribe. We just had him on Fireside Chats yesterday. But we're doing this incredible...
Love Bearded Leo.
Dude, such good people. All of you are. Honestly, like everybody that I've met in the Good Vibe Tribe is just a genuinely beautiful human being. My mod's threatening to ban me, mute me for spamming.
For what?
For spamming Bearded Leo's link in the chat. That's a good mod right there.
That is a good mod. Doing its job.
Yeah, and he's actually my real life brother, one of them. So he loves trolling me. That's family love right there.
Family love.
You did make me laugh. That's awesome. They've been trying for almost 4 hours straight. They've been trying to get me to laugh. I love laughing. I just try, guys. I'm a professional, right? I'm a professional. I'm trying to maintain. I'm trying to stay focused.
Try to keep that poker face. That's
It's
all.
completely gone off the rails now that baby Saint's in the house, so I can't stop smiling. She's so
Can't help
cute.
but smile now. Oh, baby.
So guys, again, this is a fine young human being, and honestly, that's why we do this. Like we're trying to get you guys to get to know your favorite streamer in a real way, in a personal level. And Filthy Saint's one of the good ones, right? Like he's got a beautiful soul. He loves helping other people. If you need some of that love, drop by his channel. He'll give it to you. You can message him directly. Is your Discord name the same?
Yep, I'm Filthy Saint on Discord. So we've got Filthy Saints Dirty Clergy over there on Discord for the crew to stick together. And then we're on Facebook as well. We've got two different sites. We've got the Filthy Saint page, and then we've got the Filthy Crew page, which is going to be up today.
Keen Rainmaker in the house. What's up, brother? Saint's an awesome player and person in general from Juder.
Thank you, Juder. I appreciate that, man.
Violet Hippie's in the house. What's up, brother?
Cheeky Poo Saint is sexual. I don't know. Oh, man.
I mean, he has some experience. There is a beautiful child, so that's
or no experience and
just lucky. just like we're not guys. We're not going to have the birds and the bees chat. All right, like you got to ask your mom and dad about that. Man, look at these donations, guys. We love you. We really appreciate every one of these donations. 100%. 100% of what you guys are donating is going to be going to a young boy named Noah, and I'm not going to tell you how babies are made. Oh God, here goes Bad Doggy.
Dude, you're getting close to breaking 1,000 here on DLive, man.
Well, oh yeah, wow, I didn't even notice that. 957 followers. I really don't focus on that. Like so many of us said, just be sincere, be unique, show up on a consistent basis, and that all takes care of itself. And the harder you focus on that, the less you're focusing on actually providing quality content, I find.
So I want to share a little experience that happened last week on my stream.
Absolutely.
So we're talking about tips. We're talking about different things that we can do as streamers to continually get forward and grow. Mm-hmm. I had someone come into my chat who's a follower, or he was a previous follower of someone that I play with fairly regularly. So he knows me from that person's stream just simply being in their party, right? Anyways, a little over a week ago, this individual comes into my chat and immediately just comes in and makes some sort of statement saying, Saint, why do you always have to blame everyone but yourself for deaths? Whenever anyone dies, it's always everyone's fault but yours, and you're always blaming people. And I took a step back for a second, and I was like, thinking about it for a second. I was like, I've got two ways I can react. I've got the first way, which I see all the time from other streamers. The second anyone says anything that's negative about them in their chat, they get upset at them and they block the message, delete it. I see that all the time. And I was like, so I can go that route, which is a super easy route to go and just not have to deal with this person again. Or I can try the second option here is try to take in what he says and try to figure out if there's some truth in it. If there is, what can I do to be better? I want to give a better experience for my viewers. So I told him, I think I caught him off guard with my reaction. And I said, you know what, you're right. That is something that I've really been struggling with, and that is something I need to make an immediate change. Like, that needs to change. If I want to continue to move forward and stuff, that's something that needs to change. And I think that his initial thought was thinking I was going to react in that negative way and it was just going to be over with. But with me leaving it like that and reacting that way, trying to actually take what he's saying in a positive outlook and trying to figure out how I can actually implement that into myself and into my stream to make it better, more enjoyable for them, the viewers. And I left it in that aspect. That's how I took it. I took it for face value, and I told him, I said, you know what, you're right. I need to make some changes, and thank you for bringing that to my attention. I'm going to work on that moving forward. And his response was just simply respect. 10 seconds later, I've got a follow. He's been in my stream every single day since then.
Nice.
Coming and hanging out. This is someone that honestly came in thinking that I was going to react to what they said in a negative way. And I didn't. I chose to take it with face value and try to grow from whatever it is. And I think that's a huge thing as streamers. You have to be able to adapt to what your viewers want and what they need.
Yeah.
You have to. If you're not willing to make changes in yourself and the things that you're doing, the things that you're saying, and the way that you're stream, if you're not willing to make those changes for the betterment of yourself and for your stream, you're going to be stuck. You're going to be constantly hitting walls that you're not going to be able to get through. And that's I think that is my biggest words of wisdom and words of advice that I would try to portray to people that are watching this. Be humble. Be able to take what your followers and people that are coming in, be able to take that for face value, because these are the people that are wanting to come in and watch you. And if you want them to keep coming back, you got to be able to adapt to it, you know, and be humble enough to take their criticism in a positive way and try to lead with it in a positive way. And I chose to do that. And I was kind of shocked in myself because my first initial thought was, as soon as I saw that message, that first initial thing that zapped into my brain was, oh, delete this comment, tell him he's an asshole and get him out of here. You know, like that was like the first thing that comes to my brain. And luckily I was able to just push it out for a second and take a seat back and actually process everything. And I came up with the real response that I should have given and had in the beginning. And I feel like that was a big change as me in a person. I just made a big change a week and a half ago as a person in such a positive way, and I've been happier since then, so much happier. So I am thankful for that person for having the ability to come to me with it, so that we can move. But that's my biggest words of wisdom, words of advice for all you streamers out there right now that are watching this. Take what people say in a positive way and try to adapt in a positive way. You know, there's going to be some haters that are just trolling to troll. And you got to be prepared for that, which, you know, we all experience that.
Sure.
I laugh at them now, but there's going to be a lot of people that'll come in and maybe the way they say things are not the best way to have them said. But you have to, as a streamer, you have to figure out how to take everything that people say, and you need to figure out how to take it at just face value and find a way to adapt in a positive way. Sure. And if you can make those changes, you know, on a consistent basis, consistently making those changes, you're going to make it 100%. You'll make it. It takes time, but you'll make it. I mean, that's the way. So that's the way I'm living my stream. That's what my plans are moving forward. You know, I'm going to continue to stay positive, continue to pump my team up. There's no reason to get upset at anybody now. And that's something I know that I was struggling with. And I think that was because of my competitiveness side of me that I had for so long engraved into my brain of just winning. I had to remove that. I had to take a step back and really kind of dissect myself. And that was, you know, so to me, I feel like I've taken just leaps and hurdles just over the last 2 weeks, you know, and I've been doing this for almost a year and a half. So I'm still making those changes even now. And I think that's what people need to realize, is that those changes need to come, and you're never going to stop having to make changes in yourself in a positive way. But those changes just come, and they'll be different as things come to light, you know. So you got to be able to do that and adapt to it.
Yeah, I mean, and even like Violent Hippies in the chat again, and we just talked about that, which is, he even said, I'm a better person now. Been streaming a year. I'm a better person now. I know for a fact that I am, and you're echoing the same sentiment, and it's based 100% on that self-introspection, but also engaging with your chat and the community. You know, getting to know these people in a real way and understanding that the things that you say and do on stream truly affect people in their daily lives. And it's important that we're, you know, positive brand ambassadors for D-Live, but also just for life and people in general.
Totally. I agree.
And so,
It's kind of funny how that tied in with hippie. I mean, it's a true statement.
yep.
100% true.
I get so distracted. She's so cute. I forget what I'm going to ask you next.
Try holding her. I mean, it makes it even worse.
Oh, I'm gonna be the best and worst grandpa. I'm gonna spoil the hell out of that little girl, and my son's gonna see like, okay, it's your turn now, sir. Such a cutie. All right, guys. Well, if you have any more questions, by all means, now's the time to ask. We've been going at it almost 2 hours, and we'd like to respect our guest's time. I mean, he's a young family man and a streamer, so we don't want to keep him too long. But we
We're
really
going to be going live in probably about 4:30, between 4:30 and 5 Pacific Standard.
So is that about an hour from now?
Yeah, about an hour to an hour and a half.
Hey, what's up, Hexa? Hexa's, guys, if you don't know Hexa Kafa, he's a brilliant dude. He's a Turkish streamer that also speaks and reads English as well. I really appreciate the cross-cultural nature of DLive. And he's really helped me get to understand the Turkish community and break through that language barrier. So it's really awesome to see you guys in here. Enret, thank you very much for dropping by, man. Really appreciate your support today. Why do you look like you're about to give an aggressively unenthusiastic hand job? Wow. I don't know if
I don't know how to take that question.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know that that's a helpful question, but you know, we're gonna just table that one, okay? We're gonna move on. We're gonna table that one. But again, guys, we'd like to say thank you again. All the Lino that's been raised with Bearded Leo, Violent Hippie, and Filthy Saint. 100% of that Lino is going to be donated to the fundraiser on Saturday. A young man named Noah needs a surgery. We're going to help his family pay for it to the best of our ability. So you guys have already raised over 36,000 Lino. And I really, really want to say thank you. I appreciate all of it.
Yes, I want to just second it, guys. I appreciate everybody for coming in and tuning in and supporting this good cause. This is my first time actually hanging out with Joe Holt, but it's been a pleasure being able to do this. It's been fun, and I appreciate you guys for all coming in and showing the support with the Lino. It is going to a good cause, and I'm telling you, we're about to make some small little family's day. Be able to come in strong, you know, and ultimately that's what it's all about. Those are going to be the experiences that we're never going to forget. So I appreciate you guys for all being a part of that.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, no, this is the last live podcast today, but we are trying to get every single member of the Good Vibe Tribe on these podcasts. So definitely stay tuned. If you guys are enjoying these, hit the follow button. Anytime I'm live, you'll be able to find out. But I use Twitter to let everybody know when we're going to do these fireside chats. And if you've missed any of the fireside chat on YouTube, Author Joe Holt, there's a playlist I upload every single one of these live podcasts, so you guys can visit them again in the future. Yeah, baby Saint, people are loving on the baby, dude. Such an incredible thing being a father, and it's as rewarding as it is challenging, but it is a wonderful thing. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna wrap this up then. Filthy Saint, dude, I really appreciate you standing by during the first podcast and coming on with us. I really appreciate your soul. You know who you are as a human being and what you're doing for the DLive community and in general is a beautiful thing. And I really, really appreciate that you took time out of your day to join us.
Dude, no, pleasure is all mine. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to come on up here, and hopefully we'll stay connected moving forward and maybe do something like this again in the future.
Sure.
You know, let's keep a good friendship here moving forward.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, definitely.
Appreciate the opportunity, man. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. So if you'll stand by for one moment, I'm just going to wrap up the podcast and I'll be right back with you, sir. All right, guys, again, that's another one of the Good Vibe Tribe, and he's got a stream team he refers to as the Filthy Crew. He just announced that today live on the podcast. And The reason we do these podcasts is so you guys can get to know these streamers on a more personal level. They like to, what we like to do also is offer support to you as human beings, but also we like to offer advice in terms of how to be a good streamer, what Lino is, what DLive is, how to use them both to the best of your ability. And so if you have any questions, any of my guests and I, we're always open and available to answer your questions. You can contact us through Discord. You can contact us online on our streams. But yeah, the guests that I'm having on are genuinely amazing human beings, and you will be better for knowing them. So if you guys aren't already following Filthy Saint, here's his link, and I'm going to just drop it again in the chat for you guys. Filthy Saint, Violent Hippie, Bearded Leo, all these guys have recently been on with me. Thank you very much. You're the best of DLive, and I really want to thank you. So I love you all. Thank you for stopping by today. Thank you for donating to an incredible cause. We've raised over 37,000 Lino just in 3 podcasts. That's going to be donated to a fundraiser on Saturday with Bearded Leo. It's going to be going all day, and we're raising money for a young man named Noah who's born without ears. He has a lot of internal issues with his organs, and so we're helping the family pay a percentage of the next surgery. So definitely stop by on Saturday. Bearded Leo, Violent Hippie, Filthy Saint, myself, a lot of us are going to be raising money and supporting an incredible cause. So again, thank you guys very much for dropping by for today's Fireside Chat. And I love you all. Wherever you are on the planet, I want to send you love and positive energy and encouragement. And thank you for stopping by. We'll see you again on the next Fireside Chat. Aloha for now.